I recently made the Five Nights at Freddy's 10th anniversary special, which made me go out and dig the old Five Nights at Freddy's action figures out of storage for the first time in years. And that got me thinking of my old Five Nights at Freddy's Wave 1 action figure review I did way back when, which is terrible. Don't watch it, it's really bad. But I realized while I was watching that old video, I reviewed this fella rather nicely. I said I liked him just because he was Springtrap, even with all of his faults. I am not as easily swayed anymore. This figure is objectively not very good. Though I will give him points, he holds together much better than any figure from the first wave. Come on, Funko, this isn't excusable. But at least the other figures look like they're animation models from the games, upper teeth and all. It may have taken them a while, but they did get the colors right on Foxy eventually. But they never did with Springtrap. He traded in his game-accurate yellowish-green rusty color for a more banana yellowish gold that is more accurate to the graphic novel. There is no silver paint on his hands to emulate where the endo is supposed to be. He's missing the metal bar that wraps around the back of his head. And I understand that things should be simplified for the action figure or toy interpretation of a design, but you'd think they would at least include his button. Like all FNAF figures, the articulation is rather lackluster, with a ball joint at the head, shoulders, elbows, rotation at the wrist, and then a ball joint at the hips and the knees. You think with all of his ball joints you'd be able to get him into some pretty interesting poses, but no. The shoulder pads are extremely limiting and just end up having the arms pop off. And the ball joints for the hips are right next to the torso, so you can't really move them out very much or kick at all. The articulation is very lackluster, being put to shame by the recent bendy offerings. The head isn't very good. Springtrap has very particular proportions to his head that, with slight alterations, could make him look very off. The action figure just makes him look more bored than me writing this script. Or me recording this. Also, why does he have yellow eyes? The book is called, hell, even the book is called The Silver Eyes, gosh damn it. Not to mention that the ball joints are hard plastic that do degrade over time and will crack eventually, while the main parts of the body are a more rubbery plastic that will not take much to rip apart. As much as it pains me to say this figure isn't very good, and is certainly not worth the asking prices on the aftermarket. If you need a Springtrap figure in your life so badly, I recommend getting the statue. As much as I don't like Funko as a company, the statue is a rather good representation of his design. The action figure is a huge disappointment to me personally. Which is a shame. Looking back, I was so excited for when these figures came out. Now I realize that they are not very good. If you need me, I'll be writing a script for an actually good toy now.